The big wireless companies sold you an outdated plan tied to long-term contracts and mystery fees. Simple Mobile's different. You get a lightning-fast 4G LTE nationwide network with no contract, ever. And keep the phone and number you love. Just text the word BYOP to 611-611 to see if your phone is compatible. Simple Mobile. Out with the old, in with the simple.
Standard text message and data rates may apply based on your mobile phone service. Please refer always to the privacy policy at simplemobile.com/privacy policy and the terms and conditions at simplemobile.com/terms and conditions.
Neil Young. Oh, yeah. Let's roll. The song, of course, about Flight 93, which was shot out of the sky in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, but whatever. That tragic day, 9/11. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to Joan Hamburg's Tony Awards event. Right over here, a couple of blocks away from Madison Square Garden. It was an amazing day. Jeff Daniels was there to Kill a Mockingbird. The kid who actually won the Tony for Best Actor from Tootsie was there that day. Make a long story short, there's in the back of the room, it's a very nice restaurant, two guys that are about the size of the Kimbe Mutombo. I'm not exaggerating. They're like 7 feet tall. Yeah. White kids. And their mom, who's also about 6'1", they're in the back of the room, and they've got these beautiful socks. I mean, all kinds of colors and sports teams. Really nice socks. And they call me to the back of the room. I end up talking to these two guys. So it turns out their father, Andrew, God rest his soul, was killed 9/11 in the World Trade Center. I believe he was on floor 92. And I think he actually spoke to the mom at 9:15 that morning. And she said, "I love you." And that was the last time they spoke. So these guys have started a company, Tall Order Socks. 10% of all the money gets donated to Tuesday's Children, which, of course, was created after 9/11. And it's a heartwarming story about two sons and their mom, a doting wife, that loved their father still and husband and keep his memory alive every single day, every time they sell a pair of socks. So with that said, say hello to Dan and Mike Friedman live here in studio. Gentlemen, good to see you boys.
Good morning.
Great to be here.
Nice to see you guys. Let's start with which one wants to go first? Dan, Mike, which one?
It doesn't matter.
Let's talk about, and we'll go through this quickly because I know it's painful. Let's go back to that day. Your mom said she was on a conference call. She found out about what was going on, and she contacted your father, and he said, "I'm in a room." Well, you give the story. What happened that day?
Yeah, I can remember it like yesterday. So we were in our second week of middle school, and we were in one of our classes, and it was a normal day to start, nothing out of the ordinary. And then all of a sudden, the principal comes in and says they need to speak to me. And I'm thinking to myself, what did I do?
You're in trouble, right?
Yeah, I think I'm in trouble or some reason.
They caught you cheating or something.
Yeah, exactly. But I've been here 2 weeks. And so I went outside to talk to the principal, and he told me what was going on, that 2 planes had hit the World Trade Center, that my dad was in the building. He was fine. He had plenty of air. And then that was it. I just went back and tried to make the most of what was a normal day of school.
Now, he knew that your dad said there was plenty of air because there was one final phone call between your mom and dad where he said that.
Yes.
But your mom also said she was a bit alarmed despite what he said because she could hear people choking in the background.
Yeah. When she spoke to him, she knew there were people that were inflamed by the smoke. They were trying to get as much air as possible. And it was just a very sad situation just to hear that. And in the back of her mind, she thought that he may not get out. And in our mind, we thought, okay, everything's going to be okay. He's going to come home that night.
How old are you then? Exactly.
We were 11.
Your babies, okay.
Yes.
And by the way, just 17 years later, I don't want to second guess the teacher, but was that the wisest thing to tell a kid during an ongoing situation? I mean,
well, at that time, we didn't have televisions in the classroom. We didn't have cell phones, so we didn't really have a great idea of what was going on. And I credit our mom for kind of distracting us for most of the day.
Absolutely.
She sent us right after school and actually got us out of school a little early, which at the time we were very happy about. we went to our friend's house and just hung out with him and basically avoided all media, all TV. Didn't even realize what was going on until we got home that night, and we could see there were tons of cars in the driveway, and we realized something is not right. And
who actually told you guys that your dad was gone? Was it your mom? Was it somebody?
Yeah,
else?
it was our mom telling us when we got home that night.
And that was a very tough moment for anybody to tell us that we're never going to see our dad again, let alone our mom. So we give her a ton of credit, and we're thankful for how she handled everything, because I don't think she could have handled it any better.
Well, she gives you guys credit. She's actually been on record saying if she did not have children, she would have crawled up in a ball that day and never left her house, even 18 years later. But the fact that she had two young, beautiful boys, her kids, you guys were the reason why she pushed forward. So every day that you work with her, she says, is a blessing.
It is. It is a true blessing. And one thing that is lost in all this about her is that she's a fighter. She was a cancer survivor for 30-plus years, and had she not survived cancer, we don't exist. So, and I know she's listening, but we're very thankful and blessed to be working with her. She's an amazing person, and we love her.
Tell us, Andrew and Dan, after 9/11, what you guys did.
Dan and Mike, yeah.
Dan and
Andrew
Mike?
was the father.
Oh, Dan. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Please
Yeah,
forgive me.
okay.
It's all right.
Tell us what you guys did with your mom right after 9/11 that led to the business that you're in now.
And so right after 9/11, we very vividly remember coming down to Manhattan. And at the time, we didn't know uptown from downtown. You know, we'd only been to the city a handful of times just for Knicks games and Yankee games.
Well,
So
you
we
were living on Long Island, correct?
Yes, we were on Long Island. We didn't really know the city that well. We just knew that we were in the city. So we thought we were downtown near Ground Zero, when in reality, we found out years later that our mom had taken us to the Upper East Side and Upper West Side to some of the hospitals there.
Not even close.
No, not even close. But we were giving out supplies to first responders, to hospital workers, to firefighters, and some of those supplies were clean and dry socks. And we didn't know it at the time, but that was going to set the foundation for the business that we were going to start 16 years later.
Wow. And called Tall Order Socks. Again, one of you guys is 6'11".
Yep.
The other one is how big?
6'9".
6'9". You're big boys. And so you have to wear bigger socks. What's funny about that is you guys gave me a pair of beautiful blue socks, which I did wear the last 2 days with my suit. And I felt like I had to kind of push.
You could wear it as a ski cap.
As a penis warmer on a good day. So, no, but I had to push the socks down because these socks are actually made for taller men, right? I mean,
Well, we make them for all men. We don't just make them for tall guys. We do sizes 9 through 20, so we're not just for the tallest guys.
Right.
We do cater out to all guys, but it's really about the flexibility and the stretch that it comes with. The idea is that a lot of socks that we buy, they feel very tight around the calves, or they sag down to the ankles, and our socks don't sag down. They stretch really well.
That's
they
true.
stay up on the calf wherever you wear them, whether that's over the calf or mid-calf. They're the most comfortable pair of socks we've ever worn.
they're also the most colorful socks I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got sports teams on them, and yet they still work with a suit. You know, it's not as if they're circus-like. They really look good with a nice suit. So my question is, who designs these things? Is it you boys? Is it your mom? Who does that?
So a lot of the ideas come from our head. It's just we see what's on the market. We take inspiration from what's out there, and we also take inspiration of what's not out there as well. So many men are personalizing themselves with these fun and funky socks. It's the way that they're adding sort of fashion and flair to their wardrobe, whether it's at work, out on the town, or at a wedding. You know, our socks go well with a variety of different outfits. And really, when it comes to designing them, we wanted to take inspiration as well from our dad's friends. So we named a lot of our socks after some of our dad's friends growing up in Valley Stream, and then also from his time at GW and post-grad, a lot of his friends from the North Shore of Long Island. So each of those socks has a design that sort of embodies a personality trait of one of his closest friends and has a story associated with each of those patterns. And all those patterns and all those stories are on our website.
Very moving. Dan and Mike Friedman, their dad, Andrew Friedman, perished in the 9/11 tragedy. But now the brand name is Tall Order for these socks, Tall Order, and you do something for charity with this. You know, you do a very nice thing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we give back 10% of the profits back to Tuesday's Children, which was formed right after 9/11 to assist the families, really the families with children who lost parents, to help them, to let them know they weren't alone, to sort of fill that fatherly role or motherly role in their lives for the parent that was missing. And now they've taken their model of healing and they go out to different communities that are unfortunately affected by terrorism. They also affect Gold Star families as well that have lost family members that have served overseas. So they do a lot when it comes to bringing communities together and healing. And so we're very fortunate for all the stuff that they've done for us. That's really what the Tall Order is about. It's about paying them back for everything they did for us and also doing the right thing in difficult
You
circumstances.
guys send like 30 pairs of socks to Jon Stewart?
We should. Do you have his address?
Right, I mean, seriously, he's done some great work post 9/11 for the folks that have died since that awful day for your dad. All right, so getting back to Bernie's point, where can you buy these socks? Where can you find these socks? Because I imagine as soon as you give that out right now, the phone's going to start buzzing.
Well, for anyone who would like to get more information on our socks, you can go to our website, tallorder.com. That's tallorder.com. You'll see all our information, all our socks, the stories behind each sock. And it's really a story of triumph over tragedy, and it's something we believe is making our dad proud to this day.
I agree. I really believe
that is beautiful.
I believe this, that he is looking down at you boys, and
Absolutely.
he's very proud of you both and loves you both very, very much.
But I have one question. One of you is 6'11", one of you is 6'9". Mm-hmm. Why do you drive Mini Coopers?
We live in New York. We don't drive. What are you talking about?
Come on now.
Gentlemen, good luck to you
Yes.
both. That's
Thank
really
you.
great work. God rest your dad's soul, Andrew, and God bless your mom. And continued success. You're both wonderful
Yes.
guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Once again, folks, check them out. It is Tall Order Socks. The Friedman family, true heroes after the worst day in the history of this country.